Welcome to another round of Spudventures. This week we are back in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage for session 23 of The Forgotten Ones, our D&D 5th edition campaign. So take it away, our GM, GreatDinn.
Hey, hi, hello everybody. Thank you once again for joining us. As Bud said, this is a 5e module, Dungeon of the Mad Mage, with a slight twist, in that all of our players started with amnesia and are rebuilding their lives. Joining us, as always, we have AvisEcho playing Yuliy.
Hey!
We have Azure Mountain playing Lander Brightwood.
Hey.
We have DigoDragon playing Victor.
Dragon, drag off.
We have Newbiespud playing Usk of House Castellanter.
Hello.
And we have Space Jawa playing Jhank.
Hi.
So yes, when we last left off, our adventurers had made it to the 5th floor of the Undermountain, the Wyllowwood, and they encountered their old friend. However, as it turned out, she was not quite the person they thought she was, due to some shenanigans involving guilt and a sword of 9 souls. They spoke with Willow, the master of the 5th floor and the one for whom the floor is named, and she informed them that they are currently dealing with a situation, namely a young green dragon has started causing chaos all throughout the forest, and it is pretty directly as a result of their bargaining with her during a previous run of this floor. Separating him from the magical sword that was sort of keeping him imprisoned, but also in check. Needless to say, Willow doesn't really want to kill the dragon, but she also doesn't know what to do with it and can't let it just destroy her home. So our heroes have decided to see what they can do about it. And when we last left off, you had found one of these sort of focal magical points, one of the ley lines of the floor that you assumed the dragon is going to attack soon, and begun setting up traps. Willow has turned the forest from fall into winter, meaning that there is significantly less foliage around. There are still all of the various trees, but you have a much clearer sight into the forest, and it's harder for the dragon to sort of blend in with the greenery, which is why she did that. And I don't think I explained that last time. I just said she was turning it to winter.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, a natural timing thing.
Yes, it's a little of column A, a little of column B. I mean, because of the fact that she can just straight up control the seasons here, there's not really so much a natural timing of things. She generally keeps it in like a lovely warm autumn, but she wants this resolved quickly, if possible. So, yes, you have set up your traps, and one last thing. They also encountered in the area where they're setting up the traps, a grave for someone named Krasan, whose wisp urged both Yuliy and Lander to take his wand to destroy Willow. But neither of them obliged. So, you are in the Wyllowwood. You have laid your traps to sort of help slow down the dragon and deal with him in order to make it maybe a little less lethal in your actions. And now it's time to hunt it down and lead it there. So, where would you like to start, and how would you like to start?
Well, we figure it's got to be hiding in one of the caves around the wood.
Possibly.
Hmm.
There's certainly a lot of them. And you have seen that one of the things it does, and as a green dragon, it dived into the river in order to get away. So presumably it uses the river a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, how do we go about hunting a dragon? This is not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
If only
I
we
don't
had
know
a.
that.
No, I was gonna say if only we had a ranger in the party.
We've got bait and a trap, but we don't know necessarily that it's going to go for it, and we kind of need more of a lead in.
Okay. Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Could speak with animals be used to communicate with fish?
I believe it can, yes.
Someone speak Draconic and insult his mother.
I mean, Jhank does speak Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
Insult his mother and see if he comes.
I think
Just climb to the top of the highest tree.
Yeah.
No.
What's the name of the dragon again? What's the name of the dragon again?
The name of the dragon is... One moment, because I keep thinking of one of the things in the book is that while it had the sword in him, it was going by a different name. It goes by the sword's name of Yuliy, but it's Valdemar. I will put it in the chat.
I think the general idea of we need to outsource our intelligence gathering, and there's plenty of animals who might be able to help, is a good idea.
I mean, we could at least try, shouting an insult and see if it works.
You could?
You can shout all the insults you like, but while the adults actually do the actual intelligence gathering.
So
I'm not the one who came up with the idea.
I know, I gave it.
Yeah.
And I'll do it. I can speak with animals too.
so there's
Well, the idea is no, it's not the animals that would, because the animals, I'm pretty sure the animals don't speak dragon.
probably not. No.
Yeah, I think Jhank's the only one that can speak Draconic.
Yeah, Jhank, you should totally insult his mother. I would, but I can't speak dragon.
So one
Jhank could do a draconic insult, and Yuliy could just repeat the insult word for word.
I'm not going to stop you if you want to do this.
We're going to do it. I'm just giving the option for the others to do something else before we do this bad decision.
I mean, this is a thing that it's like, we don't expect it to work, but it's one of those things of how can we not at least try?
If it does work, what kind of story is this going to set?
It's also one of the things that totally could work and make him really angry. So please, by all means,
I mean, he's
something else before we potentially start combat.
I mean, he's going to be angry regardless.
The actual, problem is that there's no guarantee he's anywhere near us right now.
Also true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we spend our time and energy on a plan that'll actually work?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a plan that doesn't require much time or energy.
Then get it out of the way.
Right? If you're gonna do it, do it.
I tell Jhank a really insulting phrase and a line involving a dragon's mother, and
I mean, is that the line that's in an unknown language?
No, that just says it'll be fine, which is not an insult so much as a prayer.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the insult.
no,
I think you're supposed to come up with it, Jhank.
Okay.
I'm leaving it ambiguous because if I actually thought of something, I'm pretty sure Spud would censor it. So I'm leaving it there.
It was very insulting and very off-screen.
Yep.
So go with a classic. All right. Jhank, roll intimidation.
Does he get advantage because I'm kind of helping?
He gets +2.
Dragon was after certain things in this level, I thought.
The dragon's basically aiming at various magical points where the wish spells were cast initially.
Okay.
To actually set up the forest. So it's trying to sort of, in one fell swoop, kill it all.
Gotta find one of those that hasn't damaged, maybe.
I mean, that's where you are right now.
Yeah, we set up a trap in one of them. That's
Yep.
the bait.
Oh, okay.
But the problem
Yep.
is there's no guarantee he'll attack this one next. We need to get his attention and drag him to this one.
Yeah. Do we have big and shiny things?
I think y'all had discussed potentially leaving the sword there too, since it's still a extremely valuable object with immense power that Valdemar might have strong feelings about one way or the other.
Possible, but if there's a way to directly get his attention, I think that'll be swifter and less risky.
Mm-hmm. So some things to note, because I mean it's the Wyllowwood is vast. There are several platforms that stand above the trees that could give you a chance to like look further out, get a better view from where you are. There's the talking with animals plan because there's tons all over the forest and there are lots of fish in the river. Because that was more than enough to sustain the dragon. And that like settlement to the south is full of werebats who have some sort of alliance with Willow, so they could potentially serve as eyes and ears in the sky.
I was also thinking of sending my familiar out to search.
Also true?
You said roll for intimidation.
Yes, intimidation.
Yeah, the fun part is intimidation is the one charisma skill Jhank actually has positive points in.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
All right.
Fascinating. And
this
is that
this is the one time where I'm kind of glad that I can't
read it?
Can't read it on screen.
Oh,
I forgot to add. Yeah, it looks like there's also a +2 from from the assistance you have been given by Yuliy. So let me send you a response.
Oh dear, did it actually work?
It's not going to draw his attention, but he did hear it.
Oh boy.
Like, he's not going to come over as a direct result, but he does know that you're looking for him now.
That helps a lot. That actively helps our efforts and doesn't detract from them.
I'm not going to say I'm not to...
Yeah, thank you, phone, for cutting that off. Because whatever was about to be said was probably going to make me mad.
In the words of Gauntlet, the ranger is it.
Okay, I need to step away for a bit.
Sure thing.
Okay.
What I was going to say is I won't say I'm not to blame, but I will share blame with Yuliy for this.
No,
Perfectly fair.
I'll take full blame for it.
When I go bounty hunting in the city, I do not scream from the rooftops, "I'm coming for you!"
Well, you should have brought up another bed because this was mine. I gave you the option. It's like, okay, this is my plan. Think of something else before we do something
stated
stupid.
multiple times that I would rather do a different plan.
I didn't hear that plan.
I came up with alternatives like asking the animals, and I did what I could without like football tackling one of you to the ground.
I know.
Because that shouldn't be necessary.
Like I said, if only we had a ranger in the party.
I don't want to be that controlling.
Let's go.
But sometimes, man, sometimes the shenanigans have consequences. What do you know?
It's a calculated risk, but boy, is this party bad at math.
There we go. I got NPCs now.
Yeah.
I just had to unload and then reload the Dungeon Master's Guide.
That's the secret.
Yep.
I haven't loaded any of the modules because they just take too much time. Oh boy, another wall of draconic
Yeah.
text I can't read. I'm sure Jhank will be able to tell us what that says when he gets back.
Sure will, but the voice is coming from the southwest.
Oh boy.
So
All right.
That narrows
Southwest,
down.
say.
That narrows it down by half.
yeah,
Kind of.
just got to do that a few more times. You know, do the half by half by half by half.
So I'm going to send my owl to search over there because it has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Okay.
Also
Mark.
+3 to perception.
All right. All
So-
right. So which sort of area? We'll break it down into. Let me.
Well,
I'm gonna
for
just
now,
make some-
following that voice.
Okay. So there's this square, we'll say. This nope, that's not the thing I wanted to do. Give me my pointers.
Okay, so I'm going to start in like this area.
Okay, so that's the area you're going to first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and just get that area out of the way.
Makes sense, makes sense. Okay. Let me roll the dragon stealth. We'll see how good he is at that.
Dun dun dun.
I
Ooh.
think from yelling, not very. Oh no.
Yeah.
Jawa has dipped.
Hmm.
Okay, so it looks like this might turn from a hunt into a chase. Okay, let me go ahead and put the dragon on the map. Is it? That should not be. I feel like it shouldn't be quite that small, but
Oh,
yeah, he was over in this area, and your owl can see that he is currently munching on a basilisk.
okay.
Good to know that those exist in this forest.
Yep. And let me roll the dragon's perception to see whether or not he sees your owl.
Well, he is a young green dragon in a wintry forest now, so he's not doing so hot.
All right, now I need to roll stealth for the owl.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta find the owl stats again. I should probably just like put that in my things.
It's in the combat tracker. You should be able to just grab it.
Oh. So that's going to be stealth, which is a +3.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It goes both ways.
At least it's 2 digits.
Yep. I am going to need your owl to make a Constitution saving throw. The dragon catches a glint of it, and before the owl has a full chance to react, blasted by poisonous breath. And yeah, I don't think it very did.
If that's a Constitution save where you take half on successful, it would still be dead.
Yeah, I was going to do it slightly differently in that the owl was far enough away that it was just getting the whiff of a poison gas
Ah, okay.
if it had succeeded. But it was, in fact, just close enough, or Valdemar's breath was just strong enough that your owl is toast.
Well, now we know where it is.
Yes. You do know where it is. It has access to the river, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yep.
If there was a way we could like chase it all the way down and back up the other side of the river, and if it docked into that northern section, that would be ideal. But I don't think that's how this is going to go down.
Potentially not, no?
We could have people standing guard at certain areas of the river, and then have a couple people go into that place to chase it down and through.
Yeah.
Because there are only so many places that it could pop up along the river.
Yeah, but if
And
it's
if we're placed strategically.
if it ends up 1-on-1, the dragon's going to take those odds.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't we don't really have enough people to do a proper hunting party across an entire forest. Is really kind of the major problem here.
hmm.
We need like a small army to really have the manpower to drive it where we want to go without holes in the line or any pushback or
The more important
casualties.
thing in our situation is to make sure that we're not in a place where it can come from two different locations. The more likely we are to have it come from one place is easier and more beneficial for us.
So I realize I should probably, since Jawa is disconnected, I will give you the translation of what Valdemar said, which was, and I've picked bigger things than you out of my teeth. The only reason you're not liquefied slag at this moment is because Willow finds you useful. Best hope she still thinks that way if you get a hold of me. So.
That's
Huh.
pretty
That's-
poignant.
Interesting too.
Yeah. Why would it care?
Well, it doesn't have a high opinion of Willow.
No.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it's perfectly
No,
logical
but
for him to assume, like, well, she used me for so many years. It's just
She'll probably do the same for you.
Yeah, she'll do the same for just about everyone she knows.
Mm-hmm.
It's still we're only alive because Willow finds us important, which apparently despite everything it's doing, still is more frightened of her or holds her in a higher regard.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Basically, if we didn't have Willow on our side, he'd have come after us already. Which
Is interesting.
And also,
we should let him know that Willow's not going to fight.
that's kind of a lie.
I don't think he's going to trust you.
Yeah, there's
No.
there's no trust between parties
Uh-oh.
here.
We have that, and I mean, while it is true that you don't have an army that could feasibly like pin it, I mean, you do have enough potential scouts that like you might be able to do something as far as pushing it towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we see it pop up, we could let each other know and all go to that area.
Well, we
here's a
know
thought.
that section is another like ley line area, so let's drive them out of there at least and try to like, I guess leave this one up here like unguarded and attractive looking.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best we can do with what we got. So let's go chase him down. We won't catch
Alright.
him, but
On chasing down, I have a thought that might be helpful.
yeah,
I have pass without trace. What
You
if
do?
what if we hide our numbers so the dragon thinks there's only a few in any given area and the rest of us are hiding?
So here's an idea. How about you guys go out and then I'll stay here, summon another familiar. It might think there's only this one person here. I can take him. And then I can hold out until you guys get back.
I think probably better if that's me.
Yeah, but I also need to summon another familiar.
Yeah, but also even with pass without a trace, I can't stealth or shit.
Well, then let it know you're coming.
yeah, this is not actually the time to be like fully stealthy.
Yeah.
You're the distraction.
Listen,
So yeah, is your plan to sort of head south?
Yep.
All right. Do you want to try and
Driving-
pick up any? Oh, sorry. Did you want to try and pick up any allies on the way, or did you want to just go for it?
Yeah, I probably
I
want to
still
try and pick
don't-
up some allies.
I still don't know what the dragon said to me.
Oh, whoops. Okay. I will whisper it to you then.
And this time I'm going to summon a hawk.
trying to look cool.
Yep.
Is it named Tobias?
Wait, never mind. It takes an hour to summon a familiar.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know that you're gonna have quite that much time, but you can try.
All right, never mind then. Let's
Okay.
see.
I mean, the pass without trace idea is also not bad. I want to make sure that's clear.
Mhm.
Yeah, y'all just pass without a
Hmm.
trace. I give up.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if I do that with the strikers on the group, like Jhank and Usk.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
say no
no,
to more
with
stealth
doing
for
it
me.
with doing it with everyone else. A-okay. I'm just it probably won't do as much as you think because I still roll disadvantage.
Right.
I rank the dragon's response as adequate.
Yeah. If detect poison had a longer range, that'd be useful.
Oh wait.
But detect poison has a range of 30 feet.
Unfortunately.
So by that point, you could probably already see it.
Is that concentration?
So
It is,
what are
yes.
we doing right now?
No, I'm looking at something else.
Oh.
Currently
We're
figuring out
going-
what to do.
We're going to go southwest to drive it away from the ley line point to the west. Probably drive it into the river and try and encourage it to go up north.
How is protection from poison not concentration?
I don't know.
Because I know it and I could use it, but it's level 2. But I don't need it on me.
Probably not, no.
No, I don't at all.
Those of you that
I-
can speak with animals, can we get some of the forest creatures to maybe help us out with this a little bit? Not in like a direct confrontation sort of sense, but you
Like
know, at least
directions?
be eyes and ears.
Something like 300
Sure.
feet from where you are to where that dragon is.
Isn't this space like
Yeah.
double the size, so it's more like 600?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a ways. It's 2 football fields away.
Are there any animals that are large enough to ride?
Why?
There are deer and bears.
Well,
I don't-
I'm thinking
You need to
we
ask
could-
them first.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If we're thinking of recruiting animal assistants,
I don't think they're
Speak
going to want to get
animal.
within poison breath range. I just need eyes and ears.
well, no, to help us run away from the dragon to lead it into the trap, and then they can go there.
I don't think the dragon's going to chase us. I think the dragon's going to escape down into the river.
Well, it might chase one of us.
It's worth noting. It was it was not running away from Hollyhock until the rest of you showed up.
Yeah.
So it definitely seems to think it, based on sort of the stuff you've seen. It's definitely arrogant enough to think that like if it's something it can take down, it will try to take it down.
Yeah, so all of you hide. I'll sit here. It's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we go down as a group and chase it down the river, make sure that it thinks that that area isn't good to attack for a while, and maybe it'll consider the one to the north. That's the general idea I've been working on.
Okay, sounds
That sounds
good to
good.
me.
Yeah.
So we kind of just charge at it as a group and chase it off. It'll dive into the river, bide a little bit more time. It'll think that that area is going to be protected for a while. Especially if we get like birds on it to like watch it and be like, make him think that we're scouting that area. And he'll think, okay, what else can I attack? Well, how about that clearing to the north? They're focused on that one, but he doesn't know that we've trapped that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the river goes all the way down and around and up to that area, so he'll probably just swim on up to stay stealthy.
Probably.
Should anyone stay at the north clearing to ensure that the traps can be activated when he arrives?
Yeah, say one person should stick around so that someone sturdy who can survive, so that they can both like be bait and also activate traps with everyone else and hiding in wait.
but also not Yuliy.
Why?
Why not?
Well, I
fight
feel
a
like
dragon.
if there's anyone the dragon thinks it might not have a chance against, it would probably be Yuliy, because she's got a lot of armor and weapons.
So, I mean, isn't Hollyhock also kind of strong in that regard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got armor. She's got weapons.
Hollyhock is a fighter.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
she
Yeah.
is also tanky.
Yeah, so it's more about the numbers rather than the visual physical prowess.
Mm-hmm. Plus,
Well,
I mean, plus Yuliy's wearing all that shiny armor. Clearly, that's something good to take for a horde.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah. all right.
tanky, but guys, I'm also resistant to poison. A green
Yeah.
dragon is poison. I'm actually a little bit more tankier against him than he
And-
probably thinks.
And let's consider arguably the most important thing, that Yuliy really, really wants to do this.
Yeah, see that he gets.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
I will
Alright.
be 100% fine.
So
Okay.
the rest of us ride off. Well, not ride off, but charge down to the
All right.
southwest.
If we talked some deer or bears into letting us ride them, we could ride off.
I don't really want to waste time like convincing wildlife to let us ride them into dragon breath range. I kind of want to just get this going. We can run down there. It's 600 feet.
Mm-hmm.
We can do this.
Okay, yeah. So yes, you all start heading down the heading through the forest. It's not the easiest path, I'll be blunt. Even with the foliage gone, there's still a bunch of branches to sort of break past.
Yeah, no like nature trails here.
Yeah, no, this is the only trails are the few that are built above the tree line.
And none of us can fly.
And none of you can fly yet.
Yet.
Well,
Right.
actually, I bet that in wild shape, Victor could probably fly, but
Nope,
Next
not
level.
yet. Next level.
next level? Ah, okay. Well, soon then.
Yep.
So I guess the yet stands. Anyways, as you pass by, as you run through the forest, you can see the sort of cavernous area that goes up. You hear what sounds like sort of, you could say it resembles the ringing of small bells. And you also hear some chittering coming from this upper cavernous area over here. Let me just put that.
Ringing of bells and chittering.
Yeah, it's not quite. It's more like crystal than like metal bells. But it's a small sort of ringing, and you do, in fact, as you sort of run and branches snap under feet, and the forest sort of parts a little bit for you. You can see some of the awakened animals watching you carefully, and it looks like they're hoping you can resolve this situation, because they definitely can't.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what we're here for. We're here to clean up our own mess again.
Yay.
And let me roll one last thing here.
Our past lives may not be responsible, but we sure are.
Oh,
That remains to be
Isn't
seen.
isn't that fascinating? Okay, so there's 4 of you running, correct?
I don't like it when you say something's
I
fascinating.
guess so.
Wait, is Hollyhock staying?
Oh yeah, it depends on where Hollyhock is.
Hollyhock would be following you, so it's 5. Okay, I got to roll a different die then.
Do we want the pass without Tracy thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you can, yeah.
Yeah. Anything to give us a bit more of a jump and surprise them is probably going to work in our favor.
Okay, pass without tracing.
Let me know whenever he's within sight.
Okay, will do in just a moment. Hollyhock trips over something.
Oh,
Oops.
Specifically, she trips over a werebat who is separated from the group, and that happens in this area right here, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right where we are.
Yes, Hollyhock is sort of behind the rest of you, but she's the one who trips over the actual werebat, and the sort of goblinoid figure, because it's sort of it's in its half bat, half goblin form, raises its winged arms and goes, "No hit, no hit."
What, we weren't going to.
The goblin looks at all of you very confusedly. Then
We're here to help with the dragon problem. We're not here to hunt in the woods.
the goblin looks at the four of you and then looks at Hollyhock and goes, "Ah, you work for Elf, yes?
Yes.
Ah, you want Vool's help?
You are willing to help. We will take your help.
Yeah, we want to drive the dragon to the northeast clearing, if at all possible.
Okay, yes, Vool will help. You put in good word for Vool, right? Yes?
Yes,
Good
we will
word
do.
with
We will help drive the dragon from this spot, and then the rest is going to be herding him up.
A little bit of insight there.
Good.
All right, let me...
Yeah, I'm gonna... Can I... It's alright, I'm gonna roll insight as well.
Okay.
Why does that
Nope,
sound
I
like a
got
good
nothing.
idea, actually?
Yeah.
I have pretty good insight here.
Why did it just drag an 8? That's weird. Damn. Okay. Victor, you are the only one who can get a glean on this thing. And this particular goblin, this particular werebat, is very much not being 100% honest with y'all. The good word is very clear that this goblin is trying to get way more out of you than it actually will be probably giving you in return.
That's honestly, I wasn't expecting much.
Mm-hmm.
I will stare down the goblin were thing. Exactly what are you trying to get out of this deal?
I mean, I'm asking, he puts in a good word. I mean, who are we putting a good word within anyway?
With Willow,
Yeah.
the person in charge.
I'm more curious as to what they're going to help with.
We're already on speaking terms with Willow.
Mm-hmm. You are. But you're at what he's asking is that you put in a good word with Willow for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's got problems with.
Yes, he's got
Yeah.
problems on this floor.
He's in trouble.
Yes.
What kind of trouble?
He's in trouble with the principal.
A little bit more than that, unfortunately. Yeah. So do you ask what kind of trouble you're in, Digo?
Yeah, I'm curious here.
Vool takes a moment and then says, "Pah! You're too smart. Vool can tell. Vool has made small mistake with werebats and is no longer allowed to live with them. So Vool wants to get back into city is all. If Willow says yes, Vool can go home."
What is the problem with werebats?
Vool just he is a werebat, so he's just he's just sort of saying they don't like me.
Yep.
Why does they not like you?
I don't know.
Crimes, probably.
Why
What
do
did
you
you-
think they don't like you?
He's not gonna admit it.
No. If he knows why, he's not telling y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that if you provide help,
People
we can
don't
at
get
least-
banished for no reason.
I suppose that if you provide help, if nothing else, we can tell Willow that you helped us. Beyond that,
But you need to put the work in.
Yeah.
Very well, very well. How can Vool help?
That's a good question, actually.
How good at you at scaring dragons?
Vul looks at himself and goes, "No."
Yeah, that's kind of trouble.
But he does sort of gesture to his wings and, indicate, "I can fly."
When the dragon flees, make sure to follow him in. If he starts heading towards the northern clearing, let us know.
Be our eyes in the sky, Scout.
Vul looks like that will be very, very comfortable for him, and he will accept it. And he sort of wraps himself in his wings, and when he releases his arms, he is in full giant bat mode. So with that, he sort of flaps up into the sky, and you see him. He's just going to hover over you for a little while until he actually knows where this dragon is, because he doesn't know. He's just in this area anyway.
All right, then. Let us continue on.
Okay. Just before we get there, though, Yuliy.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Sorry, I said that in a very weird way.
Listen,
Isn't that just kind of the standard DM voice when you're singling out one PC?
I suppose so, yes. Would you roll Arcana for me?
Still with that tone.
Oh man.
listen, I've come to expect that when Din singles me out, something bad's gonna happen.
Solid
Fine.
average.
Yeah. You can feel a brilliant surge of magic happening closer to the river from where you are.
Huh.
Might be worth checking out.
Oh no, I'm absolutely gonna check it out.
If only she had any way of contacting us.
Oh well.
We've got a plan. We're sticking to it.
Yep.
Oh well.
Yep.
We can't expect everyone to have a phone in this fantasy world. As convenient as that would be.
Unfortunately, none of us have a phone.
And your telepathy thing is limited range.
It's only 30 feet, one person at a time.
Yep.
This is the part where we trust each other to be like competent professionals.
It's a tall order, we know, but
yeah, I'm.
Could have been worse.
Completely average. It could have been way worse.
Stealth with disadvantage 10.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
-1.
The good news is, even unless you had gotten like a nat 20, basically still wouldn't have helped.
Listen, I wanted to at least say that I made the attempt to not be
Okay.
like clang, 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 but it's like, hey, whatever.
Fortunately, Hallister Blackcloak appears to be more concerned with the river and the woods around you than with you.
Yay.
Have fun. Man, this is like the one time where I was like, damn it, I wish I'd stay.
Yeah.
Challenging social situation with a vastly powerful being? No, I'm not interested in that at all.
I
just like
Well, he's
Pick
not
up a
interested
stick.
in me, so I'm like,
You
you
see him.
start whittling a wooden spear.
He you can see that Hallister is sort of examining the river. Like, you see him sort of just stick a hand in and lift up, cup it and lift up the water. You see him sniff it, slightly lick it, and then toss it back in. And then you then you see him do the same with a tree branch.
This is going to be very interesting if he's still busy with that when the dragon shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of a complication to the plan overall.
Little bit.
I wonder.
We kind of don't
wonder
want
if
him.
he
We
would-
kind of don't want him to get involved.
Yeah.
And the fun part is that
Like-
nobody but Yuliy knows about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I rolled higher.
I wonder if he would insta-kill
So
the
does
dragon.
water taste rotten or something?
Of course.
I don't know why that killed me, but it did.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's so Yuliy.
I literally throw myself under the bus as if it's my freaking job. You're
Okay.
welcome.
For what it's worth, if Jhank were there, he would have probably addressed him as well.
Listen,
Yeah.
I left it to a roll of the dice, and I rolled much lower than I kind of personally wanted to, so I had to go with it.
Hallister, you at your interjection, sort of pauses, and then you see him scoop up some dirt with his hands, and proceed to do the same with that before going. Everything feels a bit rotten right now. Someone's been toying with my floor. You, girl, you wouldn't happen to know who's been destroying my property, would you?
Define your property.
Okay, yeah. Oh, not saying a word. I'm not here.
Yeah.
Hallister sort of points a finger at you without even looking your direction, and then says, "You're standing in it."
What, you mean the forest and the ley line points?
I built this with my bare hands and someone else's magic. Yes, it's mine.
Well, there's a really mad dragon that's running around that we're trying to deal with, and he's making a muck of places, so I don't know what you want from me.
I told Willow she should have gotten rid of that pest a while back, but no. It's a part of the forest. It's natural. Like I didn't drag it down here myself.
Oh, this is so bad. We don't want him to get the dragon. We want Bronwyn to get the dragon.
We're already dealing with it. Don't
He's
worry about
probably just gonna kill the dragon if he gets it.
I mean, I'm telling you this now. It's already in process to deal with it. So, yeah, it's being mucked around, but we're kind of doing you a favor by dealing with it ourselves instead of making you do anything. So you can keep drinking rotten water if you want, but it's being handled.
Hallister at that point actually does turn to directly look at you. And you can see he's got a pair of very thick spectacles on his face.
Ooh, is he just the professor?
No, it looks like he was using these very specifically to examine the like magical effects of whatever is going on in the Wyllowwood, because he just takes them off and he doesn't look any worse for the wear. And let me.
What does the man look like?
Hallister is, as per his name, wearing a very thick and glowing with all sorts of runes, magical black cloak. But he has a partially balding head with with shocks of white hair that are sticking out all over the place. He looks like he hasn't eaten in maybe a century or two. But he looks like he's perfectly fine otherwise.
Does he resemble the token you've got there?
Yes, that token is Hallister's token. He has a scraggly beard that seems more focused around his chin than, a full sort of beard. And he's holding a what looks to be about a 5-foot tall staff made of this pitch black wood that seems to absorb all light near it. And he also has a horned ring on his left hand. And he walks it seems like with his figure that he would need the cane to sort of support himself, but no, he just sort of very briskly walks towards Yuliy. And examines you extremely closely, and let me roll something real fast.
Just the very spitting image of an evil old kook wizard.
Pretty much, yes. It's when you hear when you hear the Mad Mage, he very much strikes that.
I'm actually really surprised that the image I found is the exact image for the token. It's the very first search.
Mhm.
I imagine it would
First
be
one
his
is when you
official
look up
art,
Alistair
yes.
Blackhook.
Yes.
No, that's the first one, and then it goes to a bunch of the same one, but the first one is the one in green, and then it never shows up again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and I can link some an image for you in the chat. Give me just the image, please. I don't want to. Oh, come on.
No, that would be easy.
Sorry.
Right.
Having a moment.
I mean, Avis has put the image in the chat.
Oh, she has?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
That's
in
him.
tabletop. Yep.
Sorry, Zarhan's comment. If Deckard Cain had enough of your bullshit.
Yeah. Yes, he is certainly a sight to behold. And he sort of prods you with his staff and says, "And what do you think you can do about the dragon, You look like an adventurer. Or are you one of Willow's new bodyguards? Sentimental old elf."
I mean, I did say we're going to deal with it. Why does it matter? It's not going to be a problem for this floor anymore, whether we kill it or get rid of it.
You had to say that, didn't you?
No, I
That
didn't.
was not.
Our party is not good at diplomacy.
I think you can be. It's
for
just
yourself.
I think you can be. It's just there's also a lot of assholes in this dungeon.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm charming. I'm not smart.
I'm charming and smart, but not good with people.
Actually, apparently I am smart. Kind of. Not really.
Let's see.
Jhank just has no charisma whatsoever.
It's my highest stat.
It happens. Let's.
You're wiser than Lander, but
We are more than our character sheets.
Yes.
yeah.
Do we have the same number for charisma?
Yeah, we both have 17 charisma,
Okay.
Mhm.
and
I
I've
thought-
got 15 intelligence,
13.
13 wisdom.
Eh,
I've got decent stats except for strength.
that's my dex.
Well, yeah.
We are more than our
Uh,
character sheets.
Yes.
Yep.
Hallister frowns when you say that and goes, "Oh, they always think that it doesn't matter, but no, sometimes you have to do jobs yourself. Sometimes when you build a dungeon, people decide to make messes of it, and you have to fix it yourself.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
Missy,
Bye.
He's a psychotic sort of like curator kind of personality. You don't just be flippant about his creation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being
Trying
flippant.
trying to act as though he has no reason to care was the wrong play. I'm sorry.
he
Well, it's
pushes.
one less thing he has to worry about in my defense.
That
So one less
I get
thing
the
out of the
line. I
joke.
get the line, but like that's not how his psychotic personality works.
No,
Nope, and I'm
no.
gonna suffer for it, so it's fine.
He pushes you back slightly with his staff, just like poking you in the chest repeatedly, and says, "It does matter, Missy, because it's my dungeon, and it's my dragon, and they are hard to get. And if I have to kill it, I will. And if you say there's no difference between getting rid of it and killing it, then I want you to tell me why you keep playing with broken toys."
Oof.
Oh, damn! If that's not like our whole shit.
That shut up the party.
That said, I want to be clear here. Hallister does not recognize you at all.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
I mean,
don't
still
think
like
we've ever seen
still
him
like
before,
accidentally
so,
like
yeah.
grazed really close to the truth.
Ooh.
All right. I can't coach you on this, but
No, you're not. I'm fully capable of role playing my way out of situations. I need like 5 seconds.
No worries. Take your time. I just threw a boss at you.
You
yeah, you threw a social boss at the Paladin. Yeah.
The Paladin, if you just told me to roll, I'd probably be fine. But we're not doing that. You're making me suffer for it because it's fine. Right. How rude of me, sir. It is completely out of my presumed what have you to assume that anything in this dungeon that is not that everything here is yours and it is all important to you. Absolutely. Completely, absolutely true. And this entire dungeon is such a magnificent feat. And if we could make one less thing for someone of your standing to worry about when you have so much on your plate to deal with, it would be our absolute pleasure to do so. Sorry if I insulted your grand work if in any way possible.
There we go.
All right. I'll be honest. When you emphasized feet that way, it just made me imagine the dungeon as a pair of feet, or rather as a foot.
Okay, that's on you.
I don't want to go to Hallister's OnlyFans. I don't want to go to Hallister's OnlyFans.
God, no.
Oh,
God, no.
I don't even know I completely forgot what I said. So I don't know what
let's
you're
not elaborate. Let's move on.
Well, you said that
you said the dungeon was a marvelous feat.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Roll
persuasion.
Oh heck. Where is persuasion? Right there.
It's on your character sheet.
It's somewhere on my character sheet.
Adequate.
Yeah, it's a 15. That's pretty adequate. Let's see how Hallister reacts to it.
And appealing to his pride.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna say, yeah. Let's go with.
Ooh.
Rolled low on plus 11 wisdom.
Yeah. Yes. Surprising wisdom from a madman.
listen, there was a part of me that wanted to add the word friend in there, but using magic on a wizard is a bad thing.
Definitely.
Maybe Yuliy got a circumstantial bonus for what she said.
I'm gonna say yes. The sort of the only caveat he is going to say here is here's what he'll say. He will examine you closely, and then you get the barest hint of a smile from him as he goes, so glad someone recognizes how much work it takes to wish a place into existence. What's your name exactly?
No, I want to say something particular. I don't remember what it was, though.
Did it have to do with your mom's?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to go for a fake name, that'd be a good good option.
Maybe Nunya?
Nope. Lightbearer.
Ah, yes, Lightbearer.
Mm-hmm.
Lightbearer. Fascinating. Sounds like one of those adventure names, but I suppose it works for a paladin of your type. And he points at your mask and says, do be a dear, though, and if you decide to experience more of my dungeon, burn your trinkets.
Ooh.
And then he turns back around and says, I will trust you with my dragon problem, Lightbearer. please don't disappoint me. My walls have eyes and ears aplenty.
Absolutely, you won't be disappointed. Gives like this bow.
Yeah, and he goes back to sort of just examining the river. He'll be there for a little bit longer. He looks like he's trying to figure out the best way to fix the other problems.
So who do you think would win in a fight? Oberon the Fairy King or Hallister Blackcloak?
I think it's more about like how many people would lose.
Yeah. Nobody wins that fight.
Yeah. Which would be which would destroy Yuliy more thoroughly?
Yuliy drops on her knees and groans from stress.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Regardless of what she does, it's not going to be good.
No, I love that. Don't mistake. Don't mistake any of my my dramatic tendencies.
I think that would be a good time to like talk to the patron and be like, "Hey, so either you got my back or you don't." Because Hallister just decided to make this an issue. So either you're helping me or you're not.
Except she doesn't have a direct line of contact. I guess that line of contact is me.
I mean, she might. You don't know that.
I don't know that, but
neither does
From what I
Yuliy.
yeah.
Yay.
From what I know, she doesn't know either.
Yep.
I don't.
So either way, it's time to make this an issue and you know start knocking on doors.
Yep.
But that's
All
for
right.
later.
That is for later. That's for after fight discussions, I suppose.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We have a dragon to spot.
Maybe Dad, please don't let the mean wizards at me. I'll put the mask back on for the third time and won't take it off.
What? I didn't catch that.
Sorry, it's in Sylvan.
Yeah.
Yuliy said, maybe Dad, please don't let this mean wizard zap me or I'll put the mask back on for the third time and won't take it off. Based on some of the stuff that happened in one of the previous sessions.
Yeah.
So.
I remember.
Alrighty. We got ourselves a dragon, and Vul is currently following the lot of you, and Hollyhock is sort of taking up the rear. She has left Tyrioli back at the trap area, so she is just currently carrying another big honkin' sword, but this one is less shiny.
Yeah, less haunted too.
Yes, less haunted.
Less hunting is good.
Does that mean that Tyrioli is with me?
Tyrioli is with you. Not
Right.
attuned to you, though.
Our best chance of making this work quickly with as little damage as possible is to just like try and sneak as close as we can and then do a big old alpha strike.
Yep.
Well, if I can see it, I can hit it.
But
True
first,
enough.
let's
right
try
now.
to sneak up here.
Yep. And you all have plus 10 on it for right now. So the only one who doesn't have that bonus is Vul, and he knows well enough to stay back.
So how does 31 treat you?
Let me see. No, please load up the dragon sheet. Not this map. Dragon.
That moment when
God. Okay, sorry. I thought that was the dragon.
We're all rolling stealth then, I guess.
Yes. Let me get.
Thank you, Victor, for rolling a natural 20.
The only way to
moment
beat us.
when rogues roll stealth and they roll above 40 and then break the fourth wall as they hide and remove themselves from existence.
I am happy that
So-
I rolled a 12, you rolled a natural 20, and you beat me by 1.
By one.
Woo.
The best I could
Oh,
possibly
right.
do.
She has disadvantage.
Bye, Holly.
So is that plus 10 added on automatically, or did you
You have to add it yourself.
You have to-
Just hit-
just making sure?
The modifier there.
All right. Let's see
Okay.
how well this works. I see.
Well, Hollyhock is now the distraction.
You hear from Valdemar, I see you've dropped your sword, Holly. Plan on taking me on alone again?
Ooh, nice.
And Holly, knowing that this is a time to take advantage of that fact, steps forward and says, "Yes! I don't need that magical hoo-ha to fight you." And, yeah, roll initiative. Oh, I suppose I also need to roll for Jhank, since Jawa is currently away.
And also not for Yuliy.
Yes, and not for Yuliy. Jhank's stealth should be pretty good.
Isn't he also wearing heavy armor?
No, he's not wearing armor.
No, he doesn't wear armor at all. Yeah, no, he's fine.
We all
he's also
31,
good.
32.
Yeah.
So yes, let's go ahead and I'm gonna roll initiative, and it'll include everybody just because that's easier. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to hit that button. Nope, not the rest.
I know that mood.
Yep. There we go. And it looks like Jhank is the one starting. So
I love
Let
how
me-
I rolled a 1 and I'm not in combat.
Mm,
perfect.
I rolled a
Um,
2 because I have a +1.
Let me check what Jhank's got. And his actions. I think probably the easiest thing to start with is, and I just realized I forgot to put the dragon in the combat tracker. Damn it.
Yep.
I was going to ask.
Whoops. Forgot to put him in there. Okay, cool. It auto rolled. I'm going to put Vul at neutral.
What did I
Probably
miss?
appropriate. We are starting our Alpha Strike combat with the dragon. Holly,
Push him away.
Holly did not manage to stealth very well, but the rest of us did, so we kind of have a surprise on him.
And I met with Hallister Blackhood and sucked up to him real hard.
Well,
After first offending him.
see, I left when he said something about playing with broken toys. So
Ah, yes.
Oh, so you missed my big terrible speech.
Your
Right.
big, your big ass kissing.
I did miss
The
that.
whole speech full of... Yeah.
With me stumbling because it wasn't my best.
Nah,
Yep.
it's fine. You did fine.
Honestly, I was quite satisfied with your choices there.
Yeah, no, it was good. Like I said, the only slight losing situation there is that Hallister decided to find out who you are.
And tell
So.
you to burn your trinkets.
Yes,
I could take it under advisement. I don't have to listen to it because he's not my dad
it's true. You don't know who your dad is.
or my mother's, so it doesn't matter. He can't tell me what to do.
He told us to burn what?
He told
He told Yuliy to burn her trinkets while pointing at her paladin mask, which she got from the Fey King, Oberon,
Mm-hmm.
who is my patron.
Yes, you assume. Seems like a safe assumption based
Yes,
on name and everything else, but
Yeah.
still an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
All
Though
right.
she did not call herself Yuliy, she called herself Lightbearer.
Yep.
Which was good choice.
Good choice indeed.
That's why I needed a moment because I need to bring the notes up.
Yes. Cool. What did Yuliy introduce herself the last time she didn't want to give someone her real name?
No, because I was about to say Lifebringer, but that is Mahala's name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's something else. I don't want to mistake it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
did we roll for initiative?
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
And
You went-
Jhank,
you're
you are
first.
first.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go ahead and move y'all closer. Like you're still stealth, but like because again everything is doubled, y'all would need to be closer than that.
Well, I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't, I guess.
Unless I need line of sight.
I think
Right.
there's enough. Again, part of the. Is the dragon invisible? Yes, he is. He shouldn't be. Neither should Vul.
Now there we can see
There
them.
they are.
Oh, hey, there is it at appropriate size.
Oh, well, there we go. That
That's even bigger.
did seem a little small, yeah.
Now there's 2 dragons.
Now there's one. So yes, he is currently here. And let me get the right Vul token out too, who is there.
so I'm yeah, I'm not exact. I mean, if the idea is not to kill the dragon, are we still supposed to be doing damage? Or
Yeah,
Yes.
do damage. We're probably not going to kill it in one shot. No.
No.
Yeah, just when it gets down to dying, don't
Non-lethal
kill it.
knockout.
Mhm.
Pull your last punch, but we're probably not going to get there in this encounter.
I assume non-lethal damage unless you specify otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so how many? Okay, with this map being, scaled differently, are
Just
we able-
double.
Twice as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just double.
10
So we
feet
can
per
move-
square.
So instead of 6 squares, you can move 3 squares.
Okay, and
And all are currently stealth, so advantage on the first attack. Prize round.
let's see. I know I've got something here. Some I don't remember what the skill is, but it's something where I can move more on first turn.
That is it's under your abilities.
Right.
And that one is Dread Ambusher. At the start of your first turn each combat, your walking speed increases 10 feet, which lasts until the end of the turn. If you take the attack action on that turn, you get to make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. And if it hits, the target takes an extra 1d8.
Ooh, that's all. Yes, that is all very good stuff.
Yes.
So how difficult would it be to use any of that for getting up in a tree?
What?
If you want to climb, I'm going to say that's going to take 10 feet.
Okay. So okay, so we're pretty much spread out right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his attention is on Hollyhock there.
Yep.
So we're kind of
So-
at his sides.
So Jhank could move. So what's so Jhank could move a couple squares and climb up a couple squares.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Jhank will do that. He will climb a tree, and then so he's got 2 attacks with the bow. So with Dread Ambusher, he'd have 3 arrow attacks,
Sure would.
and the extra 1d8 damage. That's just for the one extra attack,
Just
right?
yeah, it's just for that one attack. Nice.
So
That is a hit.
which one do I apply the extra 1d8 for?
First one.
Okay. That'll be the basic and then another 1d8.
Mm-hmm. 11 damage. Yoza. Solid start.
Okay, so can I make try and hit a specific area, or is that not a thing in this?
Not really a thing in the system.
Not really a thing, but I mean, for flavor wise, I'm perfectly happy with it.
Well, if I trying to make it more difficult for the dragon to fly, hitting the wings.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
All right. Yeah.
I doubt they're
then-
flimsy.
Yeah, they're not flimsy, but you can certainly try.
All right. So here's attack number 2.
Okay. That is a miss.
Right. So
Yes, I think after that first arrow struck, I believe Valadar folded itself up smaller because there are things in the trees. This is not the one-on-one encounter he thought it was. And that has instantly made him wary. Not enough to really stop him for this first turn, but will certainly cause some issues. Let me see. How many extra attacks does Holly get?
We want the dragon to move south into the river. Take his
Yeah.
escape route.
She's only level 10, so she still only has 2 attacks. That's perfectly fine. Holly moves in, lifts up her sword, and
She's a soul in another body who doesn't even know what she is, and she's still level 10.
yes.
Dang.
Yep. There's a lot of muscle memory going on. This is how I'm gonna phrase this.
I mean, the Hollyhock we knew was probably a higher level.
Oh, definitely. She definitely was. I forgot to add a new greatsword to her. So whoops. Let me go ahead and do that real fast. Is that? Oh, there it is. She's gonna try and smack him. She's doing a lot more posturing than she did last time, and that's a hit, so takes a 10 damage right there, and going for the second one. Another set of damage.
Very much a hit.
Yes, very much hits. She takes 2 great swipes at him with her great sword, and says, "As I said, Valdemar, I don't need that trinket to fight you. So let's see how well this time you fare before you run away again." And Valdemar is going to take offense to that. So when his turn comes around, he's going to try and hit Hollyhock. Let's see, how does his multi-attack work?
Uh-oh.
That's how it works.
Uh-oh.
That's a miss. Let's see if both of these are misses.
No.
That's not.
That is dangerously close to a crit.
And an automatic miss. I think that actually made him mad enough that he is sort of flailing a little more wildly.
We are also kind of about to fluster him real good here as we all
Yep.
jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And since I am also have the surprise on him, my surprise attack trait comes into play. So if I hit this,
Yep.
I get more.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So actually, doesn't that give us advantage if we're hidden?
Yes, it
I just I made
damn.
those attacks without the
the
advantage.
it's only the first attack that would have advantage, because after that he knows there's something in that
Ah.
direction.
Oh, so
Fair
much
enough.
for my sneak attack and surprise attack. Oh well.
Unfortunately, yes.
And that's the other one. So that's my turn.
Yeah,
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I think he's wary of arrows, so I think that's not entirely on you. Honestly, also probably for the best, because you probably would have dealt a lot of damage at once.
I mean, yay.
It would have been nice to deal that much damage.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have just said that.
We also would have gotten through this a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a hit. Oof. Much like a bull, he has just been pierced with a javelin.
Yep.
Ouch. Anything else, Victor?
That's all I'm going to do for now.
I forgot to kill your owl. Fool is going to stay back because you just said follow the dragon, not fight it.
I mean, we don't want him to die.
Yeah.
No
All
combat.
right,
Only
my
void.
turn.
Yep.
Go here. Let's see. What am I gonna do?
Would have been good to decide that while you were waiting.
Yeah, probably. Do I want to deal a lot of damage, or do I want to just Eldritch Blast? Yeah, let's go with Shatter.
Hey. Yuliy becomes one with the forest while she screams from afar. Can't reach.
No, our screams from afar
Oh,
can't reach.
while the screams from afar.
Haha.
So let's see. I think that's, what was it, 10-foot circle?
I believe so, which
Yeah,
is
10-foot
most of a
radius.
dragon.
I'm having fun now that I figured out how emotes work.
Yep.
How do they
That's
work?
gonna be that,
Slash emote and then
probably.
space whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Well, it's
And,
just like
yeah.
one square basically, but it still is more than enough to hit him.
Yeah. And so that is a saving throw, DC 14. Can I put that on the green dragon?
It looks like he failed.
Yeah. Okay.
Nat
nice.
1 on that.
Rolled a 1.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so now that is 5d8 thunder.
Yikes!
Yikes.
I'm getting the. I have the distinct feeling that Valdemar is maybe not so used to magical attacks being thrown his way in this forest.
Yeah.
Not usually the kind of damage he deals with here.
Yeah.
And that's not even my most damaging spell, because I
No.
didn't want to accidentally kill it. And also it might be resistant to blight or necrotic damage. Probably
Possibly.
not, though, because that's different from poison.
Possibly. You don't know.
Anyway.
All right. Was that your whole turn, Lander?
Let's see. That was move and main. I don't. Let's see. Yes. Bonus action Hex.
Okay. Makes sense.
So let's see. Yeah, I guess that's just there, and then I apply it whenever I attack it. So
Okay.
that's my turn.
All right. Yuliy.
And that is both of my
What?
Oh, you thought you were going to get away from things because you were over there, did you?
Yes,
Oh,
actually.
That Will-o'-the-Wisp is back.
No, please no.
Dun dun dun.
And it is it's currently just floating there menacingly, giving you the same message. Would you like to do anything about it?
I'm gonna ignore it.
You're just going to ignore it for right now?
Yeah.
Okay. On its turn at the beginning of the next round, it is going to
Leave me alone.
try and shock you
No, it's not.
because you're not doing what it's asking.
Well, that's not how you get people to do what you want.
It's the remnant of an angry ghost. Why would it know that?
Because being a former person,
Will-
mannered,
Will
You
of the
don't-
Wisps known for their social engineering skills.
it has will.
Yeah, how many willful people do you know have manners?
It's willing itself to get angry at you.
I'm willing it to show some respect.
Look, the spirit is willing, but your body is weak. Jhank, it is your go again.
Okay, so are the trees here such that it's easy to move through them?
Currently, the foliage is all gone, so yes, they're packed tightly enough that you can move through them once you've climbed up them.
Okay, so Jhank is going to move a couple squares, and I'm wondering, I mean, it's looking like it's very much in a yellow range. I'm wondering if it would be a good idea or bad idea to use Hunter's Mark here.
Definitely not a bad idea, because that would let you absolutely track it.
That is a good point.
Oh, yeah.
As Digo's been saying, if only we had a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, we'll use
Nice.
bonus action.
I didn't realize you were being serious there.
So yes, we'll use bonus action to mark it with to hit it with Hunter's Mark,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll make my two bow attacks against the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just admit it, I forgot Jhank was a ranger.
He definitely has more of a barbarian feel, despite being more ranger than barbarian.
I literally thought that you all forgot because I remember Jhank as a ranger.
I just straight up did not retain that information.
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, there's very much a reason that I did that whole roll to decide, that early roll to decide, well, is my next level going to be in Ranger or is my next level going to be in Barbarian?
I mean, the cross class suits you.
It does.
It's
the Hunter of Rage.
And he's almost. I mean, in some ways, it's making me think like a slightly more civilized Belkier.
Who?
the Order of the Stick, that webcomic.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I haven't read that in a while.
Okay,
so your attacks will deal an extra d6 damage if you hit it.
Well, the tracking powers, I think, only work. I'm not sure his tracking powers would have worked had he not. I mean, before actually finding the dragon.
No, definitely not. But once you found it, you know where it is, basically.
Okay, so flavorfully, Jhank is doing that thing where he's shooting 2 arrows at the same time, one aimed at each wing.
Got it. Ooh, all right, that's a hit.
And I get that plus the 1d6, right?
Yep. More damage, dang.
So
on some level, I'm actually thankful that attack missed.
Yeah, he's definitely in a like I'm not happy to be dealing with this range. So if that's your whole turn, one of those arrows causes a decent split in his left wing, and subsequently he's not going to be using that to fly very easily. Hollyhock, seeing that this is going better than anticipated, is going to do something that's more how to phrase this,
fun,
rage-inducing than like actually damaging, more humiliating, I guess. She's just going to try and drop kick his face.
Good.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna roll a straight d20 for that. We'll see how well it goes.
Just grab him by the horns and knee.
Athletics.
I'm so mad because I just rolled a nat 20. And I forgot to roll it on the thing. That's an 8. Damn.
If it's not in the box, it doesn't count.
Yeah, if it's not in the box, it doesn't count, even though I rolled a 20, damn it.
She got a nat 20 in style.
Yeah, nat 20 in style. She still gets another attack. Why not say it's an uppercut? Yeah, that still doesn't quite work. But I think the fact that she's decided to try going fisticuffs rather than swinging is like making Valdemar at least a little like, she is toying with me and I hate this.
Holly, switch to your right.
He is heavily
the dragon.
He is heavily damaged now, so
Man, now I really want to make a character that can fisticuffs a dragon.
Yes. I think the classic version of that is that one story of El Tiburon, the great shark, who like pile drove a dragon. I think at this point Valdemar is going to try and get out of here because he doesn't like this. So running to the river using his full turn. And at that, he disappears.
Get an attack of opportunity?
She does, but she doesn't have to take it.
Okay.
And she's not going to because she doesn't want to kill him.
Hit it with the flat of the blade.
I think she'd rather just let him go.
I'm going to run up to the edge of the river and shoot an arrow in for purposes of, further encouragement.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm going to walk back
this is our
north.
turf now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's really funny?
Yeah.
What?
If you put Hallister's icon upside down, it still looks normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weirdly, the eyes are very centered
Yeah.
on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, you can get your javelin back, Victor. All right, so you're shooting into the river-esque?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll.
I'm not trying to hit him, is the thing.
Well,
Okay.
Go ahead and roll anyway, because you might.
Roll intimidate then. How about that?
Yeah.
Roll to hit the water.
You couldn't hit the broadside of a river.
It's shooting an arrow into water. It's not the most intimidating thing on planet Earth.
No, but I think the
Okay.
fact that you're going for it is still enough.
So what? So would Jhank be able to tell what? Get a sense of whether the dragon is doing what we want the dragon to do?
Yes, you will be able to. So as this is happening, we will Vul will, as per his deal, fly over the river roughly where he thinks the dragon is. So I will try to move them at the same time, but we'll see how well that works. So while but needless to say, for the time being, they're both moving south into the main portion of the river.
All right.
Then
one of you
Jhank,
can
what-
still speak with animals, right?
I believe two of you can.
Lander?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
It's
Really?
going to take like 10 minutes for me to do it.
Victor?
I mean, I could spell. Try that in English. I can spend a spell slot and do it.
I don't think we need a whole spell slot. Ritual's fine.
Okay,
Let's try.
10 minutes
I want
to
to. I want to get some of like the bird life to kind of like circle above here, so that it looks like this place is under like scout watch.
All right. So
Make
I
it
guess
look, make it
we'll
look like
take-
Willow is watching this place very closely, and it wouldn't be a good idea. Otherwise, we'll just drop down again.
take
well, that-
10 minutes to do that.
Yeah.
I think. Well, oh, sorry.
No, that's it. That's it. That's the plan.
All right.
Because we need to be moving back up, but we want him to think that we're like keeping guard.
Makes sense. So yeah, you can do that if need be. Oh, Space Jawa
Well-
has lost connection.
I did momentarily.
Still says it on my end.
Oh, well, then I'll probably see it soon.
Yeah, that tends to be how it goes.
Yep.
Anyways, I think that while they're doing that, Jhank will just immediately get started heading back to the other place.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, but now I need to go talk with the animals.
I think it's going to
Okay.
be a little bit more than 10 minutes before we have to engage in battle again is the thing. He's going to lick his wounds and bide some time, wait for us to appear to lower our guard somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys head on back. I'll talk with the animals here.
I'll stick
Okay.
around just
And
so
then
it
make
looks
my
like
way over.
I'm standing guard too while we're doing this.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Now
So
it's
while
my turn to go on a life-changing adventure with Lander.
Well,
Brilliant. Oh, there it is. Space
Is
Jawa
Alistair
disconnected.
still there?
Alistair is still there.
Go away! You're worse than the ghost.
So yeah, I was gonna while that is all happening, and you're doing the ritual to speak with animals, I'm gonna briefly cut back to Yuliy dealing with this Will-O-Wisp. So Yuliy, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, it's not even on the. Oh, it is on the combat tracker.
Yep.
Yep.
hmm.
Wow, this
Go
thing's hard to hit.
away!
It's a ghost. It's a very small ghost.
Go away!
Are you question? Are you yelling that?
Yes.
Okay, give me a moment.
Alistair turns around.
Not
need to get you.
Well, actually, you too. You're stress inducing.
We need to get
Oh.
you a magic fly swatter.
Okay. So very briefly,
We need to get
Uh,
a proton pack.
we're going to go ahead and have the Will-O-Wisp react. And let's see if I can make you do this,
No, that's all right.
Yuliy.
No, that's all right.
Hey, it's a success. It does not consume your life.
Hey, that's That's
Huh.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
kind of need that.
It is still going to try and shock you because that's a bonus action, and I dragged the thing instead of I dragged the like info instead of the dice. Whoops,
That is
still a miss.
That
Will o'
is
wisp.
slightly more threatening than we all thought it was.
Yeah. So now I'm going to cut ahead to something else, and
Oh.
let me see real fast. I'm pretty sure he can just. Yeah, he can just do this. So Hallister's there now. He's heard you doing this.
No.
And he sees the that particular thing. Let's see if it can do this.
I don't know which is more stress inducing, the fact that he's here or the fact that he might do something against the Will-o'-wisp.
All right.
Go
So
with
consume
both?
life wouldn't.
I
have
know what
done
it
any-
does. I know what it does. It's kind of terrifying right now.
I'm trying to figure out which spell would be the most fun.
That is
All
the
of them.
trouble with the really high level mages.
Mm-hmm.
The lowest level one, because then it's infuriating when it actually hits.
Well, also the low level spells get a bunch of level ups cast at a higher level.
Oh yeah.
Listen, if you're like a level 20 wizard and you use Firebolt and murderify something in front of a level 7 paladin, I am going to scream.
Cast fireball.
No, because then I'll
Just
get hit.
fireball.
No,
Well, you could
I'll be
position
fine.
it so that the will-o'-the-wisp is just on the edge.
Yeah, but what reason would Hallister
He's
do
not
that
going to
for?
blow up his own ley line, his own wish ley line.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fair point. Yeah. True polymorph.
Make it
Could.
T-Rex.
Note to self, don't ever let Lander assume Hallister's power.
Oh god, no.
Make a new
try-
dragon.
Having fun looking through the spell list there, Dan?
I am. Sorry, I was trying to think of the exact way I wanted to phrase this. Hallister raises his staff, points it at the will-o'-the-wisp, and it takes me so long to drag things up and down this thing. Let's see if it.
I sympathize with you on that.
It's a failure. Okay. The will-o'-the-wisp.
Really? The
stands
Will-o'-wisp didn't beat Hallister's spell save DC
No, it didn't. It didn't.
with a 16.
Yeah, no, it didn't. Hallister points at the will-o'-the-wisp and just says, "Be at peace." And because that is so antithetical to the will-o'-the-wisp state of being, it's going to take 5d10 psychic damage.
I wonder which spell that is.
That is
The
curious.
Gaius.
Ah,
It is telling it to do something that is not technically making it commit suicide, but is so antithetical to what it is that it's dead.
Host connection lost.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that you disconnected. I'm don't know what to tell you. Just need to
well,
reconnect.
the will-o'-the-wisp took 27 damage and died.
Yep.
Took the connection with it.
It sure did. And then Hallister walks over to where the grave is, just reaches in through the dirt, and pulls out a what looks to be a human skeleton.
You think he wouldn't need to use his own hands for that?
Bodily yanks it out. Just sorry, that mental image is so
Yep, he just pulls out the whole ass skeleton.
This cookie wizard just like with his like claw like bony hand just like stabs into the dirt and yanks out a skeleton.
Boy, he just ripped a skeleton right out of that dungeon.
Sure did. And Hallister frowns at it and says, "Don't tell Willow I'm taking this with me." And he opens up his cloak and stuffs the skeleton in it. And then closes it back up.
Tell who what? I didn't see anything.
And he in a moment it like waves a hand. You see a rune form over him, and he disappears completely. Hallister is gone. But clattering to the ground where he was is a wand that seemed to be covered in dirt. Might have come from the skeleton.
That mental image is gonna stick with me. Of just this kooky old wizard stabbing into the earth, pulling out a skeleton, then just be like, whoop, under his cloak, and he's gone. I'm taking this. Don't mind me. Just taking this entire skeleton.
I think Yuliy deserves the wand.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's somehow my turn.
That's because I went. I had Hallister in the combat tracker. So yeah.
Willow's gonna have a bone to pick with Hallister later.
Possibly. Let me go ahead and see if I can't.
Not.
Let me go ahead and see if I can't toss this one into your inventory, Yuliy.
Man, that was the funniest thing all week.
Let me identify that wand.
What wand?
Yeah, none of us know what happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no wands.
There's no wand. There was no Hallister. There was no skeleton. There's no nothing. It's fine.
You should let me identify that nothing that you got a hold of.
I don't think I need to.
So then, how much later is it till people start arriving?
I will say that those of you who decided not to stay around and do the ritual get are there within about 15 minutes.
Hello.
And obviously the rest are 10 minutes after that.
Does the grave look like something's happened?
Yeah, it looks like it's been disturbed.
Well, it looks like you've been up to something.
Nope. Nothing at all. Staring up at the ceiling.
Jhank is gonna look at the grave and then look at Yuliy.
I wasn't aware anyone other than Yuliy and I knew about the grave. Did we tell them? We might have told them.
I think you told us.
I was very vocal,
Yeah,
so
I think you did mention the Will-o'-the-Wisp, yeah.
So it was a factor while we were setting up traps.
So
Yeah.
we drove this dragon away. It's only a matter of time before he shows up here, I believe.
awesome. Great. Hallister was here.
Oh.
Well, that sounds like an interesting time.
It was. It was fun.
Well, I see you're still alive. Good job.
Well, that is good.
Somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a
That's the
nap.
important
I
thing
scare
is-
myself.
The important thing is that you did.
Good for you, Yuliy. Did Hallister recognize you?
Why would Hallister recognize her?
We have no memories. Who knows?
Yeah, but as far as we know, we never got to the bottom of the dungeon.
Yeah,
Hallister explores his dungeon all the time.
Yeah,
and also he has eyes and ears everywhere.
Exactly.
And there was that like vision where like one of his beholders speaking in his voice found us, which was probably
curiosity.
metaphorical, but
I don't think so.
I think that was...
He asked for
Okay.
my name, and I didn't really give it to him.
Okay.
I think the beholder speaking in his voice might have been from the viewpoint of the apprentice that brought us all back.
oh yeah.
So
Anyway,
Dreams. They're confusing.
Yep.
I don't think he recognized me. But he also
Anyway,
knows me by a different name. So if he comes up and he asks about me, he's not going to be calling me Yuliy.
Fair enough.
I mean, sure, just say that out loud where he's got eyes and ears everywhere. I don't think we have
Yeah.
any secrets from him, really, but...
Well, if we're going to speak it out loud, he likes to drink rotten water.
Rotten water.
okay.
Yes.
Maybe let's not, like,
And
actively
dirt.
provoke anyone here.
And dirt.
Poke the all-powerful bear, please.
What is this
Oh, I
about?
thought he was a wizard.
What is this about rotten water and dirt?
Oh,
He
was
was
he...
over by the river checking things out, and I made a comment because he looked displeased about it, and I called it rotten water, and he didn't disprove or approve of my statement, so he drinks rotten water.
Oh, was he checking the pollution from the poison dragon attacks?
He was not happy about it. He also wasn't happy. If I may or may not have mentioned, we might be getting rid of the dragon, but it's fine because I'm not dead. So he clearly was able to talk my way out of this situation. Absolutely, positively.
Or he
Okay,
got
so
very distracted.
All right,
So
let's
with
roll
the-
insight on that.
With the discussion
That
about
sounds wrong.
with the discussion
Nothing's wrong.
So with the discussion about the rotten water, Jhank is going to go check the water himself.
I mean, it's gross because it's a river running through a cavernous system,
I love all your trust in me.
and it's full of blind fish. But otherwise, it's like
So it's full of
fine.
fish.
Honestly,
Yes, it's
Yuliy,
full of fish.
I trust you a lot, but I also have fun trying to tell your motivations.
So what would Jhank
You
roll
have
to get a
that
sense-
voice that
Is,
Go ahead, Jawa.
so is there any ability to get a sense of where if the dragons come this way or where the dragon might be right now?
Based on your current line of sight, it's a bit difficult, but you did see that your weregoblin or werebat goblin was following up the river like you were expecting.
Well, I'm talking about like from the other side right now, because
I know you're talking about from where you are, but like your vantage point there is worse because you've got walls and a longer distance in between.
okay.
But with the time frame you would have had, I suppose probably would have moved about here. So you might roll perception for me.
Now might be about time to start getting into places.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Nice, nat 20. You can spot like between your your tracking and your hunter's mark and your the following by Vul, you can tell that the dragon is in fact downriver and heading your way. And he's moving fairly fast, actually.
All right.
Ah.
so I can confirm 1 that the water is in fact rotten, and 2 that the dragon is coming.
Well, dang, there goes my plan to take a nap until I got here.
I'm glad that you trusted me enough that you had to actually test what I said was right before actually believing me.
No, I believed you. I just...
I mean, honestly,
I'm
it's just,
drunk.
you're okay, yes, but you're using that voice that you use whenever something is clearly wrong.
I had to deal with Hollister Blackcloak while you were gone. Do you think everything is all right?
Well, you're
Anyway,
alive.
let's focus and get into places, everybody. We don't want him to
Yep.
see all of us here in our trap zone.
Yes.
Okay, so are we going to start the fight tonight, or are we just going to get in position to start it next time?
I don't think with the time frame and the intended goal of the fight, I think we can get through it in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's
He's-
already heavily wounded.
Yeah, he's already weakened.
So
And we're not
I-
even
I-
trying to get him to 0. We're just trying to get him tied down or knocked down.
yeah,
Is-
immobilized.
All right, is the chest nearby? That's a very important question.
Is
You probably
Chestnut
left
near?
it with Yuliy.
Well,
Didn't we
with
leave him
one
in
out
the
of
tower?
Chestnut, Yeah,
I think
that's
he
also
was
what-
in the tower, but you would have had time to go get him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think-
it's a good idea to have him with us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We need to
if
quickly
we trap
go
the
get Bronwyn.
dragon, then we can just go to the tower. We don't need to bring Chestnut here.
We
No,
don't.
we're
shouldn't
gonna want to be fast.
Mhm.
Is my thinking here? Because
Yeah, you would have had time to, pick up Chestnut.
like
In fact, how about this? You know those bats that are roosting outside of the tower?
Mm-hmm.
2 of them drop Chestnut off over near you.
Nice.
And we've got Willow to help like seal off the area once we
Mm-hmm.
give the signal, I guess.
Yep.
So,
So yes.
but yeah, I'm assuming that subduing a dragon for like a very long period of time is not super feasible.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult.
They're very resilient and energetic creatures.
Mm-hmm. And this
So-
one's a teen.
So my
Mhm.
thinking is, as soon as we got him down for like even just a few minutes, hop in, get Bronwyn, hop back,
Okay.
Yes.
and hope that she's got a plan that's longer term.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you can see with your hunter's mark, Jhank, you can see he's coming up fast. And then as he sort of turns the corner, the rest of you can see Vul flying above the river, looking exhausted. And also extremely, extremely nervous.
Well, to his credit, he has done exactly what we asked him to.
He did, yes.
Yeah, honestly, this
He-
is probably worth a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
We can definitely put in a good word for him with Willow.
Yep, theoretically. So what will happen at this point is Valdemar will exit the river. He looks still pretty bad. Vul is going to, as soon as he's going in, and as soon as Vul detects any of you, Vul is going to get the hell out of there. Because he did his job.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep. And let me roll this real fast.
Oh yeah, should we roll stealth again?
You can, yes.
Has it been an hour? I hope not.
I don't think it's been an hour, no.
Okay, good.
So that means the +10 is still active, correct?
Yep. Can get up to an hour. That sucked. Oh well.
Yuliy has no stealth whatsoever.
Yuliy rolled
I
a
don't.
0 + 10, but still a natural 1.
That's why I told you to leave me here for the stealth mission.
No worries, no worries. It's the reason I didn't say the reason I said you can rather than you should is because I was rolling perception for something else. Let me see. This is going to be yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and add the sword's charisma.
What?
Ha ha.
Yep. Valdemar is entirely focused as he enters this area on the sword.
Ah.
Because
you did lay the correct bait. Good.
you did lay the correct bait because it is way more immediately obvious in the area than any of you, and it has very personal things going on for Valdemar. So yes, Valdemar is going to enter the area, and I want everyone to roll not initiative. Roll the skill that you put. Roll. For those of you that laid traps, roll survival, or a relevant skill of a different kind if you have it. Just let me know what it is. And those of you who did not lay traps and are just going to pile on, roll some attack rolls.
All right.
This is not so much a fight at this point as it is determine whether or not you can get him down. Okay. All right. Let me check Valdemar's saves. So it's a strength check against the entangle.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably pass, but it's worth a shot.
He did not.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Um.
So now he's not going anywhere for a round.
So yeah, I think between all of those, which were all, I believe they were, let's see, 18. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, basically everyone hit.
I missed one, but
you missed one, but you still got a hit in there. And you hear the sound of the trees near the edges of the clearing rising up as they are awakened and stand guard, covering each of the potential exits as the various traps go off, as blades interlock, as arrows pin this dragon to the ground, and he struggles within the vines. You have 2 minutes.
All right, into the chest I go.
Yeah, I also
for just to be on the safe
forgot to do
side,
the
John's
hex
gonna
of
go
entrances.
in as well so that he's not here when Bronwyn shows up.
Okay.
I'm going to Bronwyn.
Right? No, he's not going with you to Bronwyn. He's just going through the chest, so he will be somewhere else when she shows up.
Okay, sure. I
wonder
don't
why.
think you have as huge a problem with Bronwyn as you do with the Xanathar's guild.
Well, I mean, before he leaves the house, he can.
I don't think you actually have beef with Bronwyn.
I'll put it this way. Bronwyn doesn't have any beef with you.
I mean,
I know Bronwyn stole your chair, but she doesn't have any beef with you.
yeah. Well, he's. This is the best way for him to avoid pushing the issue.
You can't be mature about this. You have to remove yourself from the situation. Okay, for sure.
At least he's doing something about it.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. All right. Yes.
He is very adamant about his opinion on the situation.
Go work on the
All right.
locks.
Yes.
Okay.
He has lock work. He has locksmithing he can be doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, the two of you pop out in Skullport. I'm not going to bring up the map because it's not going to be.
We're not.
Do not have time for it.
Nope.
And yes, you are free to go and grab Bronwyn, who is basically waiting in her house for you. And rather than go back to your hideout and go through that chest, Bronwyn opens up her own, which is in her house is about the size of the chests in the astral plane. And
Okay, I follow her lead.
Yep, she goes with you, and she maintains her human form in the astral plane. And roll perception, Spud.
Oh boy.
Wheel.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Boy.
So we will say that you do not notice anything. Bronwyn seems to know these chests by heart. And you see her point out yours, and she basically, without even pausing, grabs you and throws you towards it.
Yeah, but
It's a sort of perfect toss. And the chest, she whistles, and the chest opens before you even have a chance to sort of get up and like coax it open.
did I just get dunked?
Not dunked, because she throws you and then jumps in after you.
Still, like, nothing but net.
Yeah, nothing but net. And then let me see if I can find an appropriate token for Bronwyn. There we go. Ancient will probably do it. Make her friendly. This is not her official character sheet, but I am just going to put her down, and there she is.
Oh dear.
Well, that's pretty
Hi.
big.
And yeah, as she comes out, she is not in human form anymore. And it looks like she has to come out of it piece by piece, like she's squeezing through it. As the enormous form of Bronwyn emerges from Chestnut. And you hear a conversation start, which is a shame because the only person who speaks Draconic is gone.
Oh, okay then. Maybe
She says-
we can have Jhank give us a play-by-play later, but you can tell us what's going on now.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Jhank isn't there to
yeah.
hear it.
He's not.
Oh, right.
So this conversation this conversation is going to be completely unknown for all of you unless you talk with Bronwyn.
I mean, we'll check on. We'll ask what happened afterward, but like, I don't think we're going to interrupt right now.
Fair enough. She says one word, and the green dragon just stops moving, and it almost looks like he's trying to play dead.
Does anyone have comprehend languages?
Nope.
And
No.
the funny part is, I see the word and I can see it in the chat, but
You sure can, but
John wouldn't know what's happening. So
mm-hmm.
Well, we'll ask
Indeed.
later.
So I guess since to best capitalize on the situation at hand, I'm not going to go ahead then and put the thing in the chat because nobody here would understand it.
Yeah.
But you can see basically as the course of the conversation goes, Bronwyn approaches, and you see her sort of snort derisively at Valdemar's attempt at playing dead as she flips him over and just sort of gently presses a claw against his chest. It looks like a whole surge of emotions are going through both of their faces as this conversation progresses. You see Valdemar actually spit poison into Bronwyn's face, which she looks mildly annoyed by. And then you hear her immediately after that just sort of lean down right next to his face and say a word, I guess, as best you can tell. And this one is clear enough that you definitely at least know what it is, even if you don't necessarily understand what it is, if that makes sense. And that seems to stop him completely in his tracks. And that is the word she says. And after a few moments, she releases her claw, cuts the traps free from Valdemar, and Valdemar sits at sulking attention, is I guess the best way to describe it. Sitting upright and doing his best to avoid looking at Bronwyn.
The word was Ereshnergal?
Ereshnergal, yes.
Okay.
It's some kind of draconic name, you would assume. It, like, when she said it, it wasn't just sort of the rumbling of her voice that sort of shook the area. It was like a word of power kind of thing.
Oh boy.
And after a few moments, she gestures for the rest of you to part ways, and moves towards or she also says in her great rumbling draconic voice, "Willow, Let the boy go. And the awakened trees part, and Valdemar dives into the river.
I'm going to assume that's good, Bronwyn.
And Bronwyn, following that, returns to her human form. Because despite being the space, she clearly doesn't... She's not a big fan of actually being there. It's being like that, it seems.
That's fair.
And let me go ahead and remove Valdemar from the combat tracker.
Well, I'm confused.
And Bronwyn says, I've made an arrangement, and he is going to make up for the damage he has caused. He is going to repair the parts of the forest he has destroyed, and then I will do my best to get him out of here.
Okay. Also, apparently, according to Yuliy, Hallister was around earlier, displeased with what was going on. So, just, I guess, watch out for that.
He's
Then-
not going to be on your tail, at least.
Well, he might be on this poor boy's tail then.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm concerned about.
I'm not fond of this, but I suppose. And Bronwyn Bronwyn goes to the chest, and looks back towards the rest of you and says, I suppose if you want to be in touch with me, I am going to... She looks around kind of nervously. Very temporarily place my lodgings here to assist with the recovery process, and then I will make my way back to Skullport.
Oh,
So-
is
Oh,
that going to be safe for you, or?
Well, probably not, but I don't believe that at his current level of maturity, Valdemar will have much success before Hallister decides to take matters into his own hands. If that is what happened, Yuliy.
Well, I told him to leave it to us and that it'd be handled. And he seemed to leave it at that. And I'm not dead.
Well, I'm glad for that, and good on you for somehow managing to reach through him.
Yeah, it
But,
was weird.
He is a strange man, and so far as I've known him, always has been.
Strange man who drinks rotten water and dirt.
She looks confused by that, but at the same time, not.
It's like, yeah, that sounds like Hallister.
It's just like that wasn't a series of words I expected, but it's not surprising.
we just rolled it.
Yes. So Bronwyn is going to go back to Skullport.
I'm going to be really amused if that starts getting around the rumor mill.
Spud, I'm fully intending on it.
Okay, good.
So yes.
Have you heard? Hallister drinks rotten
Have
water.
you heard Hallister Blackcloak drinks rotten water?
That's
and
why he's
dirt.
the Mad Mage, because he eats dirt. He's not strong. He made the Undermountain by eating it.
You know,
Well, I mean,
everyone
that's
down
gotta
here could
take
use a
some
little
fortitude.
levity.
Probably.
Which makes my life easier because then everyone's happy because they're
So-
laughing.
Yeah. Basically, to make it clear, Bronwyn's concerned that if she lets Valdemar try to do this on his own, Hallister's going to come back and kill him.
Yeah.
And while she is worried about herself being up here, she knows that between the two of them, it'll happen a lot faster.
Yeah. All right,
So-
so situation more or less handled. We'll see.
Yeah.
Situation more or less handled. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, y'all are going up a level for this.
Yeah, it's out
Yes,
of our
sir.
hands now.
All right. So yes, mission success. The Valdemar will take care of things around here to recover what he's done, and Willow's dragon problem is solved.
We finally cleaned up a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
We finally undid something that our past selves did.
Give yourselves a pat on the back.
Or rather followed through and finished something that our past selves did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Still a victory.
Our past selves set them free, but then was like, well, we're done, let's go.
Well, you got hurt, and so you decided to maybe, rather than risk dying again, move on and hopefully come back.
Well, it's nice
We
to
did.
actually finish the job once in a while.
Yeah. Hollyhock at this point goes to pick up Yuliy and put it back in her possession. Before turning to the lot of you and giving you all a smile so wide it looks like it might tear her head off, and laughing in sheer joy at how successful this all was. Before saying, man, I've been serving Willow alone for so long, I forgot how much fun it is to work with friends.
Yeah, it sure is something, huh?
Glad you had fun with it.
Yeah. Friendship sure is magic.
So, now that all this is settled, what say you all join us for dinner at Willow's Tower?
Oh, I would love to.
Alright.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And I think that is where we will end for tonight.
Okay.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna roll for luck
Yay.
to see if I find any diamonds.
Well,
That'll
will
be later.
Bam, 26.
That's a pretty good roll. I will let you know how that all goes. We will cover maybe we'll do the diamond digging or I don't know. We've done quite a few action-y sort of missions. Would you all prefer to do more diving in, or would you prefer to have a sort of break session where we just sort of talk?
Am fine with whatever.
Yep.
Yeah,
But the
either.
rolling for luck was mostly a joke thing because luck's not an actual stat.
I think it's valid.
Why do you give yourself advantage on that?
Because he's lucky.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's fair.
He has that feat.
Also, why do you have plus 10?
This is what you spend it on. Also, yeah, why do you have plus 10?
Well, because
Because he makes
the
his own
plus
luck.
10 was because that's my luck. The advantage was because I'm lucky.
We're drifting towards a tautology here, but I guess whatever.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. But the advantage was specifically because of that trait.
Yeah.
Or
All
feature, rather.
right.
So, yeah, we can discuss it in our group chat, what we want to do next. So,
Yeah, we're kind of at a crossroads here of like what actually we decide to do next in terms of our mission.
mm-hmm.
Because we found the person we were looking for. We didn't get the answers we were necessarily looking for, but it was progress, and we cleaned up
Yeah.
one of our messes.
And you'll be leveling up for it, and
yeah.
you will be able to get some kinds of answers, and if nothing else, you do know that Hollyhock needs to get Yuliy back up to the surface, so she might be able to travel with you for a little while at least.
Yeah. She might actually be able to leave.
Dun dun dun.
I don't think she'll be able to leave.
Yeah, because
I-
the body.
Don't.
We don't know if the
so.
body actually died, is the thing.
I don't think
It's-
he can still leave.
That's-
I
yeah.
also don't want to
That's a good
test
point.
that theory.
Worth noting, you did know that just from the general chatter from the Hallis tree, that it was like the fourth time you had been down, and it was with Hollyhock.
Okay.
So I think it's a fairly safe assumption that Holly has in fact died before.
Okay.
I'm surprised she managed to not forget her sister. Maybe it's because she died less times than us.
It's 'cause it is
Possibly.
her sister.
Or
We
she
might forget
kept
more
better
each time we
notes.
die.
Or maybe something with the act of bringing her back.
Could be the fact that she was holding a sword of 9 souls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
A lot of different potential things that could be happening.
And like we've had like glimpses of memories before. If it was something that strong and personal to her, she probably could have like, as soon as she reclaimed her identity, she'd been like, "Oh yeah, I'm in massive guilt."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate my life.
Yep.
It's okay. I have enough wine for the both of us.
That could be it.
She will definitely take you up on that.
All right, well, I think it's time for my closing spiel.
Yes.
Take
Thank
it away.
you for listening to our Spudventures. If you like what you heard, you can find more at youtube.com/Newbiespud or wherever you get your fine podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, etc. We aim to live stream these games every Sunday around 2 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Newbiespud. If you want to keep up with this and other projects I'm doing, along with just general status updates, you can follow me on Twitter at Newbiespud. And if you want to support my ability to produce more content like this, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Newbiespud. See you next time with Shadow Trot Session 4.